104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE. Good morning.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday. It's August 14th of 2024. And it's the whole gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Yep.
Happy Wednesday as we get through the first week of school for a lot of kids and parents and student administrators and whatnot, and then others start next week. My daughter has a friend who doesn't start till, I don't know, she must be the last kid to go back. It's like somewhere in late August, and she's like, oh, summer's over? So, like,
Hey, enjoy it.
no sleepovers?
It's like over. Like,
I'm like bored for next week, and all my friends are in school.
and then my daughter's complaining, like, oh, I started Monday. I'm like, yeah, but you're done May 8th. Like, most kids go
May
June-
8th?
Yeah, 8th, yeah.
What?
Wow.
May 8th? What
May
school is
8th?
out May 8th?
Her school, because the 8th graders get out 2 weeks early
Oh.
than everybody else.
Nice.
So I'm like, most schools start, like, HISD started on Monday like you, and they have to go to June 4th.
Wow.
So don't.
That's almost
gripe
a
about
whole month extra.
Yeah.
Well, it's also about the way that school is built with their schedule. Like, some schools have different, like, in-service days that are going to be days off that other schools don't. Private schools have religious holidays off that public schools don't. And, you know, like you said, your kid it's her final year at that school, so they do like
have to do
a thing to get out of
those
there
finals or
sooner than
whatever
like
they
the
do.
fifth graders or the first graders. You know, a lot of seniors, they like start taking off at like 1:30 in the afternoon in their day, depending on what month it is, because of whatever they're doing off campus. You know, so I feel like I need to hurry up and figure out of my friend's peer group, my daughter's peer group, who's got some kind of a sport that's going to get them out of PE at school because they do sports off campus. You know, this is a thing.
No.
Yes. One of my daughter's
I didn't know
friends.
you could do that. I thought you had to do PE and
Yeah.
still do, like,
No.
football. And
No, she said that she's been ice skating since she was like, I don't know, third grade. Mm-hmm. So she goes to ice skating training, and that counts as PE. She gets to leave school early. This PE is
Good
the last
deal.
thing of the day. So they're like, okay, that counts as your PE. Because think about it. People who swim, so I got my friend's daughter's swim schedule 6 days a week. Except for Sundays. Every day she swims except for Sundays. And it's a 3-hour thing where they're swimming and doing like physical like workouts,
Intense.
right?
Oh, my God.
So she's doing that 6 days a week. She doesn't have to do PE. She's doing swim.
Who's doing that?
One of my kids' friends.
Oh, I thought you said I thought your daughter. I'm like, what?
No. But I mean, I'm thinking like this is the time now, right? If you're like if you're a mother of like a 3-year-old, you're not in it yet, right? If you're a mother of a 17-year-old, well, you can't start now. You got to start in like 8, 9, 10 if they're going to start to hone a craft.
Did you ever, in my high school, I remember kids would leave like at 12:30 or 1. It was like a work co-op or something, and they'd go to a job.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
never saw that.
So I see kids
Yeah.
like, they'd be like, oh, going off to work. I'm like, wait, we're about to go get drunk and do stuff fun.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
You guys are going to work?
Yeah, somebody text at
Is that still a
37530 if you
thing?
know
Is
if
that-
that still happens, because they go to
That was in the
work
90s,
and
like-
get school credit for working
I
somewhere.
didn't get school credit, but I do remember.
But how did they get off to go to work?
Work.
Like
You
don't
had to
finish,
leave
you have
earlier.
credits, I guess. But some of these kids I
Vocational.
knew were
Was
not.
like a social
Education?
studies credit or something? I don't know.
That's what I was wondering.
Internship?
But they were working to make.
You're getting paid?
That's cool if they're getting
Some of
any
them
kind
double
of.
dip though, like internship. That's what they would use as their internship,
Oh,
and
the
then they
job.
would still work.
Oh, wait.
like you know what I mean? They would double dip, so they would get
can't remember what it
paid,
was. I just
but
remember-
they would put it as their internship.
There's a girl, when I was answering phones here, there's a girl that went to
Yeah.
Lamar High School, and she ended up working here full time into her 20s. But when we met her, because she was in high school, she was a high school kid that would get here at 1 o'clock. If my phone shift was like the 2 to 6 shift, she was already here. Because I was like, who's this young kid walking around the radio station? And I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. She goes to Lamar High School, and this is part of her like school thing. She was getting credit for working here.
I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
I mean, how fun
Make
was
some
that?
money,
She would
get
leave
credit.
Lamar High School at lunch, and she'd come to KRBE, and she'd be here till like
She drove
4 o'clock.
herself. She had her own car.
Or I don't know how she got here. I
Well,
just
I
know
mean-
she was here when I got here to answer my phone. She was a high school kid, so maybe she got dropped off by her parents. I don't know.
She's a first grade teacher. Where's it at? She's really nervous. It's her first day.
Oh, you got this. You can do this.
Those kids are going to
First day of teaching, first grade just graduated in May, and I'm super nervous. Oh,
As you
yeah.
should
Imagine, think
be.
about it. You just graduate May and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
bam.
Well, thank God
you're
you're
in it.
first grade, not 10th grade, because those kids would be hitting on you.
Yeah. Or
They'd be like, what?
like
You're only
Juan. Remember Juan from... used
Oh,
to be
yeah,
on our
one of
show?
our number one
yeah.
listeners, Juan. He was a teacher, a history teacher.
They'd yell at him. Teachers would yell at him. They thought he was a student.
Yep.
In class.
They thought he was a kid. Another
He didn't
texter.
stay doing that job, though.
No, he has a regular
He
like,
went
9 to 5
to HR
now.
or something.
This person says, I teach at a high school and usually it's a gymnast, swimmers, dancers, equestrians, writers, things like that. You can take a career prep class as an elective, then you get a period off to go to work. Another person says they have a kid that does equestrian, so they get out of PE. It replaces PE.
But I think that's great. I mean,
cool.
if a kid's going to
nice.
work, like I resented it. I didn't do the work program, but last class we'd be done at 3 p.m. I had no choice. Mom and Dad made me get a job. I'd have to go over and work at the store at 3 o'clock. I resented having to
By
do it.
4.
Like all my friends are out doing stuff, having fun, and I'm stuck here working at Walgreens.
Well, my kids have to work.
Yeah.
Gonna make...
I was thinking that,
neat.
Eric, your daughter, your oldest is 15 turning 16, or she's 16 already? She's about to turn
21st.
16.
Yeah, what is today? 14th?
Yeah, so 21st, right?
Yeah, so what
Okay.
week from today?
And my niece is 16 turning
She wants
17.
to get a job.
So I'm thinking, when I was 12, my parents started making me work at the family restaurant because we didn't really have a choice, right? We're going to be there anyway. You might as well get something done. And I was trying to explain to my girls yesterday, like, guys, you guys are like, we want to earn money, mommy, and we want to get this. I go, well, you could always go to the family restaurant and start doing what I did when I was in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and work on the weekends and roll silverware. Or they made me
something.
work in the kitchen. I mean, it was hard.
If you got that option, that's great, though.
But that's like so foreign, right? Like even my own older brother who has older kids than my kids didn't have them like working in the kitchen the way I worked in the kitchen or he worked in the kitchen when we were 13.
Sometimes parents are like, I don't want you to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
that's
my
the
thing
problem.
is,
I want you to
it
have
taught
a
me
life,
how to
like-
talk to people. It taught me communication skills. I saw this thing yesterday on
Yeah,
Instagram.
but you also got, I don't know,
What?
like your job. Look at you got this awesome job.
Well, but this didn't.
Some parents like
it
out
wasn't
there.
in
Some
line
parents
for
out there
that.
might be like, I don't.
I hear what Eric's
They
saying,
need to
though.
go have fun because I didn't enjoy my high school life.
And that's the problem, though. We've swung the
I'm like, screw
pendulum
that. Make
so
money.
far the other way. I didn't want my daughter to have to work while she was in high school because it's like I had no life. I didn't get to socialize, didn't get to go out to events and
then they
everything.
take advantage and they want money and they don't understand where money comes from.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, I
you
need them to
spoil
understand where
them.
it's-
Until you get a
money
check
is.
and you find out like FICA and all those
taxes.
taxes that come out of it. You're like, what the hell's this?
Oh, yeah. Social Security.
My daughter's in
I
town
don't
right now.
need that.
She's freaking out because this is the last year she can be on my insurance. Next
Yep.
year, she gets kicked off my insurance, and she goes, I don't know what to do. I said, well, you got to go find some insurance for yourself. You can't go without it.
Yeah.
Well, don't know what to do. You're like, get a job.
Yeah.
At that age, the
Well,
healthcare
she should have
marketplace
insurance then.
isn't that expensive.
If you're just a single person.
No.
Yeah,
What do you do? Do you
25.
do like Blue Cross or
My son-
something?
No, you just go to the healthcare marketplace and then you can select your plan.
Because, I mean,
There's like $150, I think, a month or something.
is that what it is?
I think.
I mean,
have to
I
look.
had I had a family member it was only $80 a month, and they were in their 30s.
It's nice.
So, you could-
$80.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I know. It's out there.
What's the deductible? $20,000.
No, I don't think there was one.
How about
There's got to
this
be a
one?
deductible or something, right?
Well, if you're underemployed as well, you
Yeah.
get
What's that
kids
mean,
are underemployed is not like at 40 hours a week. You're just doing that part-time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my kids to understand like the concept of you make this money, you can buy this thing. But to your point, Eric, but they don't. It's too much over their head to say, "Oh, there's taxes and blah blah blah." But I'm thinking to myself, like, do I really want them to do how I did it? But your wife knows from my life growing up, our family restaurant was their social scene because their friends were working.
Yep.
My circle of friends, the social scene was our family restaurant, waiting for us to finish our
My wife
shifts so we
was-
can go out and go to movies.
You'd have to go there and just hang out with your sister because she
The
was
other one's working.
I asked her, why didn't you get a job there if you were there the whole time?
Right.
She's like, no, why would I want to do that? I had an Amex card.
It was true.
She was
Your wife
she had a
is
silver
wealthy
spoon in her
lady.
mouth.
She is
Like-
a wealthy lady.
Her dad made her stop working in Galleria at that one. What's that store?
Fiorucci.
Because she was spending more money than she was making. She got
Stop.
the discount.
Yeah, if you work at a clothing store, that's how I was.
Oh, I got the
You
discount.
you just give the paycheck right back
Pretty
in clothes.
much. And then I learned I can't do that.
Well, we want to wish
After your first
Claire a happy 16th birthday as her parent is sending us a text. Speaking of getting jobs, get a job, Claire. You're 16 now. Just kidding. Happy birthday, Claire. She said she's spending her birthday in the car going to move her older sister to the University of Arkansas.
Razorbacks.
Claire, happy birthday, sweet 16. Thanks so much for making us part of your day.
That's a good, like, far enough for the parents that can't just come surprise you. Like, you go to UT or A&M, they can just pop in anytime. But you go to... Like,
Could.
But do they all the time?
No.
My parents never did.
Like, my parents never saw my campus. Never. Not once.
It could be helicopter parents.
True.
My little baby's gone.
Oh, there was a thing also about parents driving their kids to school, and it's like, Mom, what are you going to do when I go off to college? Well, I'm just, I'm not going to miss you because I'm going to move right into the dorm right underneath you. I'm just going to be right there next to you. I'll never let you go, ever, 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 never.
My daughter has a friend like that. The mom goes to the party, drops her off, and then just parks over across the street and stays.
Oh.
Like they did a field trip. Mm-hmm. She went on the field trip. She goes, no, I'm going. And she bought her own ticket. Wow. Made her daughter stay with her, and like this. She's like, I'm going to your college. Whatever college
Sounds
you
like
go
a
to,
good
I'm moving.
idea. I like that. I'm going to do that too.
Oh, that's awful.
That's like
That's like kicking
smothering.
a grow, man.
Yeah, that's smothering your kid.
I think we've all grown up with that one kid whose parent wouldn't leave them alone. I had a friend that the mom would always follow him wherever he went because in case he gets in a car accident. And guess what happened? She's the one that hit him.
What?
She got in a chain reaction wreck. And since she was behind him, following him, she smashed into him because somebody smashed into her.
She was trying to pretend.
Oh, my God.
Is that crazy?
But in her mind, she's thinking, I saved his life.
Oh, yeah, it was me. It was great.
I took the
Good
hit.
red truck. All right, coming up next, I'm going to blow your mind with this crazy lawsuit that has been launched against Disney. Somebody died at a Disney property, and because they have Disney Plus, Disney says they can't sue them. What? What the
Oh, you agreed to it. You clicked on the I acknowledge.
How does
Nobody
a TV
reads that.
streaming service protect you as a company from somebody dying
What
on your
happened to
property?
Sam? She never pays for him.
That's true.
Well, friends, I'll
That's
explain.
what's-
And Scoop, here's your weather for today.
All right, it is going to be in the mid-90s today. Some sunshine later on. Right now, it's already 81 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Y'all ready?
This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Arandas, and today we have chances for you to score tickets to Wallows. You listen all week at 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So 4 chances a day to win Wallows tickets. Now, it's Wallows Wednesday, so it's different Wallows Wednesday because 9 to 5, we give you tickets every hour, and those tickets make you a finalist for a special secret location meet and greet with them, and you sit in the suite at Smart Financial Center.
That is going to be so much fun.
Oh.
Hey,
Right.
real quick,
I'll be
Rolla,
there.
Our phones have been blowing up. Like, everybody wants these tickets.
My daughters
Everybody.
like him a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm
9 to
like,
5.
I only know the song we play.
You just know the one
We played
song.
at least 2 songs.
Well, when we did that
I'll
event
listen
with
to
them, it was pretty crazy. And now they're back and they're playing Smart Financial. So
Yes.
obviously they have a following.
Oh, yeah.
And that is why today's Wallows Wednesday, 9 to 5 today. Every time you win tickets, when we tell you to call in to get them, you're going to be in the KRBE suite. And you're going to be going to the special secret location meet and greet for Wallows.
That's going to be so much fun. Real quick, I wanted to give a shout out. My brother Kevin and his wife Emily are both teachers. He's at Caney Creek and she's at Willis High School. This is their first day. They're driving in with their kids right now to
Nice.
drop them off.
Hi, y'all.
First day of school.
Get
Wish them
going.
good luck right now.
But he's
So-
never done. He's always working.
He was working throughout the summer.
FFA, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those animals need to be fed,
It never stops.
taken care of.
That is
But-
true. Well, have a
cool.
great
Good
day,
luck,
guys.
guys.
Have a great day for anybody going for their first day of school, first day of teaching, first day of new, administration, whatever your big job is. Everybody's got firsts this week, big first. Well, one person said, "Can you please wish my son his last first day? He's a senior. His name is Gabe."
Hey,
The
Gabe,
last
are you
first
checked out
day.
yet, Gabe?
You're not
Senioritis.
checked out the first day of your senior year.
I was my last week of junior. I'm like, another year of this crap.
It was just, well, today will be a special guest appearance by me.
All right, let
I
me
had
get
3
to
study
this.
halls and I think I was done by noon. I had 3 study halls.
Yeah, I had a pretty easy
I found a
senior
way
year,
to
too.
get out.
So I wasn't checked out. I just had a very easy senior year. It wasn't really much going on. It's like, oh, okay, it's technicality. We have to be here.
But it's different when we were kids. Like, it really was
Well, back
like,
then, yeah.
it really was for me. It was like, well, it was a special guest appearance. But now that senior year is so much pressure.
All my friends that went to UT back in the 90s, they're like, I couldn't get in now.
Oh, no, you can't.
Oh yeah,
UT
same
is
with me. I
impossible
would
to
not.
get
I don't
into.
think I'd be able to get into SMU now. I got into SMU as a freshman. I don't think now the standards they have, I don't know if I'd make it. I feel like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Okay, let me get to this Disney Plus story because this is really something else. There is a family that is suffering because this man's wife died. She is a doctor, or she was a doctor at NYU. They'd gone to Disney for a family vacation like millions of people have done over the years. And they were not on the Disney properties of one of the parks in Florida. They were at Disney Springs. If you've never been to Walt Disney World, Disney Springs is not like Epcot or Hollywood Studios. It is an entire area full of like
Tourist trap.
entertainment and restaurants and
Buying junk.
stores and shops.
That's fun.
okay.
I go
You
every
can-
night.
you
It's got regular stores like a mall outside, but it's got restaurants. It's got the guy with that piano that has a motorized, like, it just flies around this place.
What?
So it's like, it doesn't fly, but it drives around.
drives around.
Somehow
Oh,
he's
that's
playing.
cool.
I don't know how he's driving.
Is it a player piano or?
Yeah, it's awesome. He's got it all lit up like Elton John. He'll be singing Elton John
So
songs.
you could spend time just at Disney Springs,
Movie
and
theaters.
that'll be like a goal. Like, oh well, we just landed, and we're not going to go to the park today yet. We didn't buy park tickets for like a half day, so we're going to go to Disney Springs.
But it's all
You've
Disney
only been
products?
to Disneyland. It's like downtown Disney. Same thing. Disney Springs in Florida, downtown Disney,
Disney
in
stores,
California,
all the stuff.
everything Disney related. So they went to an Irish pub to eat at Disney Springs. The wife has a very severe food allergy.
Uh-oh.
And so they asked the waiter, does this have this item in it? And they say the server even checked with the kitchen to make sure it did not. Well, according to this story, it's on like the Daily Mail, it's in the New York Post, and all these places. Jeffrey Piccolo was not with his wife. She was like, you split up, you're like, oh, we'll meet up later.
Yeah.
When he and his mother went to go meet her, they're calling the phone. A stranger answers the phone and says, your wife being taken to the hospital because they say she was by herself when she collapsed.
Uh-oh.
She was eating at the Irish pub. Whatever it was that she ate had an allergen in it, and it caused her to lose her breath immediately because she has such a severe allergy. She ended up going to the hospital and dying
Oh my God.
from anaphylactic shock.
Oh, that's terrible.
So, of course, the family is devastated, and he is now suing that restaurant, Disney Springs. You do all these things for loss of income, loss of, everything, all of it, the funeral expenses, all of it. Interestingly enough, though, the total in this article says $50,000.
That's all he's asking for?
That's what he's suing for. I would have thought it would be bigger because you have to go bigger. You have to cast a huge net so that maybe you could end up with 50. Like, you don't sue for 50.
All right, let me get this straight. So Disney is fighting this?
Well, Disney's, quote, preposterous excuse as to why they are not supposed to get sued or they get excused from the lawsuit is because his wife signed up for Disney Plus in 2019. And in the terms of service, Kevin, you called it, in the terms of service of Disney Plus streaming, it says that you cannot sue them. It's an arbitration clause. You cannot sue them because of, or any Disney property or anything related to Disney.
Oh, wow. That's some sneaky
And
crap.
they say, well, Jeffrey's the one that signed up for Disney Plus, but it relates to your family. Like, she didn't sign up for Disney Plus under his
That's
name.
not fair. If I
that's
didn't
not
sign it,
That's not
Oh,
right.
that's messed
even
up.
if that's stupid anyway. Even if you did,
Yeah, in the May 31st filing, Disney said that Jeffrey Piccolo created a Disney Plus account in November of 2019, bought tickets to Epcot in 2023, which required him to agree to their terms and conditions when signing up for a free trial of streaming service. Disney argued that Jeffrey Piccolo agreed to the terms of their subscriber agreement, which includes an arbitration clause in Section 7 titled Binding Arbitration and Class Action Waiver.
Oh, wow.
This section applies to all disputes, in quotes, including those involving the Walt Disney Company or its affiliates. Walt Disney Parks and Resorts is an affiliate of the Walt Disney Company. They also said that Piccolo agreed to the Walt Disney World terms when he purchased his park tickets. Just like when you go to Minute Park and you have an Astros ticket, there's all that fine print on the back. You probably never even saw it if you have a digital ticket. So you get hit with the ball, you ain't going to sue them for having a head injury because
They've got a team of corporate lawyers that are going to protect them.
But it's part of it. Like, if you're going to be in a place where you could get hit by a ball and you're going to sit on your phone and take selfies or not pay attention, you get hit by a
I
ball.
wonder what the food was now.
It was
My
an
daughter's-
Irish pub. It says in here, like,
My daughter's allergic to nuts. I'm always ask. She's always asking, but you still don't know.
hers was dairy and
Right.
gluten. It was not
Okay.
nuts. It was a dairy and gluten
Should've
thing.
pen-
Here's why this is
EpiPen.
such a bad idea for Disney. Most of us had no idea we were signing this. They have just drawn attention to the fact that if
50
you
grand?
signed up over $50,000,
Well, you make that
they
in
have
like 2
decided
minutes.
to let the world know that when you sign up for Disney Plus, you have agreed to never sue Disney under any.
I wonder if you just
Okay,
copied
here's what she ate,
that and
Eric.
put that in ChatGPT or something, and then say,
translate this into layman terms.
Stuff that I should worry about or something. I don't know.
Right. The foods that she
And
had.
then you're not going to get it, right? You're not going to watch any Apple TV.
Find out what it
That-
says. Like,
You mean Disney?
And anything.
Whatever, anything, because we signed all the times of service.
Yeah.
None of us read those
So here's the
agreements.
food. She had onion rings. She ordered the shepherd went vegan. So I'm assuming it's a shepherd pie that's vegan. Scallop forest. You know, they all these funny phrases, right? These funny names. And then, sure, I'm frittered. So I don't know what kind of fritters they were. Somebody texted us at 37530. I worked at Disney, and they take allergies very seriously. The second the word allergy comes out of the guest's mouth, you go get the chef.
That's what I thought.
It says in the article that the server went to the chef, even confirmed with the chef about the allergen-free food.
Just takes one mistake, though.
Yeah.
One person
Yeah.
cooking.
Everybody's human, and it's possible to
She
make
collapsed
mistakes.
from the dairy and gluten allergy that she has.
But she didn't have a pen with her, though.
She did have an EpiPen.
It didn't help.
She administered the EpiPen.
Was that severe?
911 was called. She goes to the hospital. She dies at the hospital. Oh my gosh. That was in 2023.
Not to mention, this is such bad press for them. Why would you not do the right thing? It's only $50,000. You're a gazillion-dollar company. You could really afford to pay this guy's
Whoa,
bills.
$50,000.
And to the lawsuit also notes Disney does not own this Irish pub. They say the family said, the lawyer says Disney had control over the menu of food offered, the hiring and or training of the staff, and the policies and procedures
Disney
as it
does-
pertains to food allergies at Disney Springs restaurants,
If they
like Raglan Road Irish Pub.
Don't own the pub, then doesn't that kind of like contradict their whole argument? You can't sue Disney. Well, they're not Disney.
No, they just
according
said
to Disney.
Disney does not own the pub, but Disney has control over the menu, the training, the staffing, the allergen stuff. So we're going to see where this goes.
So check what you sign. None of us look, though.
Nobody does.
If you want to use
I
your
wouldn't
phone or
understand
not,
it. Even if I looked at it, I'd be like,
Right.
You could be looking right at it. You're right, Eric. You could be looking right at it
We're
and
not
not
lawyers.
understand the legal
right.
speak.
Your kid is screaming right now to see Moana. Right now, put it on. You ain't going to sit there and
Yeah.
look at paragraph
Let me
7,
make sure
section
that if you
3.2.
Hold on there, Junior. I gotta read this
service
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Somebody texted, I would think negligence doesn't apply. Lawyers would figure that out. It's just, this is an unfortunate thing. A woman has passed away. A family is suffering. If she was a doctor who's probably very important in a lot of people's lives, and now she's gone because of an allergy.
But
then it brings up the debate. Well, if you have that severe of an allergy, that's a whole other thing. If I have friends who have their kids have such severe
You're
allergies.
almost playing
they
Russian
do
roulette.
not go out to eat. They do not.
Yeah, when you go
They
out.
have to, if we want to see them, they have to come to our house and they bring all of their own food in Ziplocs. Or we have to go to their house where they can control the environment.
Yes.
They cannot be around eggs, dairy, soy, wheat, gluten, all these things. So their entire life is Ziploc foods.
I think Adam Ramsey was talking about something like assumed risk. When you go into places or if you do certain things, if you already know that you are
That sensitive to something.
that
Remember this
sensitive-
story? We'll ask him Monday.
yeah.
Yeah, he's going to come in.
19th is Monday, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Right.
He's coming 8:20.
Let me ask you, do you not feel that the deck is stacked against us? I mean, it's
On
like
what?
like the everyday man or woman cannot get a fair shake. You cannot go to battle with any big corporation. They're going to crush you. I mean, they
No,
have
it depends on
unlimited
this. This
pockets.
is
They can outlawyer you, outspend you. It really is
But the
frustrating.
press in this case helps him. Nobody would have known about this story.
Those movies with like Matt
Didn't go to the
Damon. Remember
press.
he was a lawyer with Danny DeVito?
Right.
Rainmaker.
Yeah, or like,
Like
what's
they
the
do those little ones where they
or like the runaway jury
Goliath.
where she was going up against the gun company because her husband died. and-
That had a good twist to it. That one.
That was a great one. If you've not seen Runaway Jury with John Cusack, man,
Gene Hackman and Gene
Oh,
Hackman.
yeah, I remember that.
Gene Hackman was awesome.
God, it was crazy.
He's still around. He just retired
not
from
acting,
acting. Yeah.
Coming up next, today is National Tattoo Removal Day. So I thought that's a really appropriate time to ask our 6 o'clockers who cringes at a bad tattoo that they constantly have to hide. And maybe it's in a place you can't hide it and you're just like, ugh. If you're a woman or a man, you could probably resort to concealing it if you want, but I feel like women would be more on top of concealing it than a man
You got
would.
that tramp stamp from '93,
God.
faded and stretched, and then you bend over to get stuff. People see it.
Well, thank goodness high rises are in.
High-rise jeans.
Mom jeans are back.
Yeah.
But you get your bikini on, and you're like, you're down in Florida.
Well, we have a new area code for our new kids that are back. And I say kids, meaning everybody. Our new radio family who's back into their schedule. We have a new area code at KRBE. It's only for KRBE. It's 833-390-KRBE. 833-390-KRBE. National Tattoo Removal Day.
What's your regret?
Tell us about your terrible tattoo describe it to us and tell us what were you thinking? What happened there?
Not
We'll
drinking.
talk to you next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Oh, today is National Tattoo Removal Day. So if you have a tattoo on your body that you're like, God, I really want to get rid of this, this is your day.
That's why you
gotta
really
contact somebody. For
You
that.
really got to take it serious when you're getting a tat. This is with you for life.
But some people don't care. They're just like, oh, it's in the moment. That's how I felt that day. I'll live with it the rest of my life.
And you're like,
Yeah.
there's a story behind that. So if you have a tattoo you regret, we need to hear about it. 833-390-KRBE. We're starting it off with Bree. Hi, Bree. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so tell us about this tattoo. Like, what was the circumstance? How long have you had it? What is it of? Where is it? What's so terrible about it?
Yes. So I got this tattoo after I was dumped and I was 18. It was like a hard breakup, I guess. At the time it was. And my friends were trying to make me feel better. And I was like, you know what? Let's go get tattoos. And so we all did. But we got there and we're like, what are we going to get? And I was like, I have no idea. But at the time I had this obsession. I get obsessed with things for a period of time. And I just liked handcuffs. No any like kiki or any reasons. I just did. So I was like, I'll get handcuffs tatted on me.
Okay.
Not bad, right? Except for I decided to put it on the back of my neck.
Like a pair of handcuffs. Like just...
Yes, and it's not... It's not tiny. It's not tiny at
Like
all.
the size of like playing cards, like that size. What would it be? Like a
Where's
business
that?
card?
It's the size of my neck, like the back of my neck. It covers the whole. You can't see it when you're like in front of me or on the side of me.
Okay.
But your hair has to be down to
So-
cover it. You could, if you have a ponytail on, if you put your hair up in a ponytail,
Yes.
definitely the handcuffs are showing.
Yeah, so if I'm somewhere where I don't want like people to see it, because obviously when people see it, they think of the most nastiest thing ever. I forget sometimes. So I'll be like, okay, I want my hair up at doing this, and then I remember like, well, I got these handcuffs.
Why on the back of your
so I
neck?
do-
You're 18 and heartbroken. You're all about handcuffs, but why on the back of your neck? Like, why did you choose that location?
I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel the needle, like, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a good place," and I was like, "Okay," because I wasn't sure where to do it. So all my
why the
friends failed me
handcuffs?
that day.
Because she was obsessed with handcuffs. She liked
I like
handcuffs.
handcuffs that day.
Like, I mean, what is
I
it
was just
that...
obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
So in
They were-
feeling
I
it,
But not in a kinky way, right?
no, doesn't everybody
No,
feel
no,
the
no,
tattoo
not
no
at
matter
all.
where? Or is it more painful in some areas than others?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely more painful.
Okay, so
I
you want to
have-
feel the most
I have
pain.
like 20 tattoos, and now I have 20 tattoos, and it depends on where you get it. Depends on how much pain it is.
Like if it's a thinner
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the skin, like
Yeah.
if the skin is right over the bone and there's
Oh
no
man!
padding.
Oh, that's rough right there. Yeah, it's right over, and
That's
also
like-
close to the armpit. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's like with laser hair removal.
Yeah.
It's close to the
Hey,
bone.
Bree, what year?
Yeah.
Burns
What
more.
year was that one?
Yeah. She was 18.
I was 18 10 years ago.
Okay.
That was your
I'm
first
28 now.
tattoo? That was your first tattoo?
No,
Oh, was that
no,
your
it
first?
wasn't.
And you said you have 20
No,
now.
I started having.
Well,
yeah.
do you have other tattoos near that tattoo so it distracts anyway? You're like, oh, it's not the only one she's got. You're looking at other things. Do you know what I mean?
So I do have stuff on my shoulder, and I want to get my spine done. So I have a cover-up idea for it.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's just
Cover
yeah.
up.
You want to get your
Yeah, it's
spine
just a matter
done.
of the money, right?
Yeah.
that's-
Oh,
that,
man.
sounds, that sounds
Very
painful.
How much did that cost you, those handcuffs on your neck? What was the cost of that?
Only $80.
That's not
It was
bad.
a walk-in.
Oh, yeah.
The guy
pretty
is like half
reasonable.
asleep.
Oh,
is,
man.
is the artistry
that's
at least
super
good?
reasonable. But that's also 10 years ago.
Could be a rookie
now
too,
it's
maybe
like
somebody started.
Well,
out.
that's
Bree,
true.
good luck on getting that one. When it's all said and done, removed or fixed or drawn over, I want to see a picture of
How
that.
do you check like the artistry of a particular tat artist? Like how
Oh,
do
it's
you
on
know?
IG now.
Yeah, it's on
that's
Instagram.
really
But
easy.
normally they
know?
would have books. They would
Okay.
have books.
Oh, yeah,
of,
old school.
Like, yeah.
They took pictures of their
They took pictures
stuff.
of their artwork, and then you
Yeah.
would go in and ask for like their book, and you would
Okay.
sit there
Well, now
and
you
go
can
through the
Google review 'em.
pictures. Yeah, but normally I
reviews.
find my artist from Instagram.
Okay.
Let's see. Melanie's on the line at 833-390-KRBE. Today's National Tattoo Removal Day. Tell us about your embarrassing tattoo. Hi, Melanie.
Hey, I cannot believe I'm finally calling in about this. Oh, my God.
First time caller.
Lay it on us.
She's like,
What
I'm
is-
not going to tell my
What
family.
is it?
What is this tat?
Okay, so, of course, 18 years old. That's why I tell my children
Oh, I
Uh-oh.
lost you. Oh, no.
mature enough
Wait,
to make
Wait. Start over.
Roll
Anyway,
it back
so this-
because your phone cut out. You say you were 18 and that's why you tell your children now what? Because your phone cut out.
Don't get a tattoo until after you're 25. You're mature enough to make that decision.
Good one.
Okay, so what? You're 18. What happened? What was the circumstance? What was the tattoo? And what's wrong with it?
So this tattoo, me and my best friend went into a tattoo parlor on Montrose back 30-some years ago to get the state of Texas. It's no bigger than a quarter. Okay, so a little small. State of Texas with the Lone Star flag inside it with a cowboy hat on the panhandle. However, the tattoo artist did not know the Lone Star flag, and the white and the red are reversed.
Oh, no.
It is awful. Luckily, it's on my... Luckily,
that's like a lot for just a quarter size. Where'd you put it? Where on your body is this tattoo?
So my best friend got it on her ankle, which everybody saw. Mine is on the back of my hip, so you can't see it. It's always covered up. So it's insane. Anyway.
Could you cover up the flag, make it like a black pirate flag or something? Or?
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know, because she's got the wrong colors.
I don't want a black pirate flag on my body.
Is that the only tattoo you have, Melanie, or did you get more since then?
No, so that was my third. That was my third tattoo. Like, they're addicting. So I turned 18. We got a tattoo. I got a little heart, like everybody does when they're young and stupid. I have a Tweety bird. Which, why would you want Tweety bird on your body for the rest of your life?
Is that on your boob?
Where's that?
But I have it. Yeah. And then I have
where's Tweety bird?
Okay, so the Tweety bird's on my ankle, and yep, it's terrible.
I love this.
I tried to kill Tweety bird when I was younger and shave him off. He has a scar across his neck now.
Man.
Yeah. That was by accident. That was just a shaving accident. Let's see. The heart is on my ankle. It's terrible too. Thick black lines, awful. They do much better tattoos nowadays.
Yeah, they've come a long way.
That ankle tattoo, though, Melanie, depending on your age, that was a big deal because I think I remember when I first started working here at KRBE with the Roula and Ryan show, we had a colleague who in college got the ankle tattoo.
Oh, I remember.
And now she was, in an office, rat race in the 9 to 5 wearing like the power suits, and it would drive her crazy in meetings. If she wanted to cross her legs, she could see that inside the ankle tattoo drove her nuts because a lot of people thought, well, this is an innocent little small thing, I'll put it inside my ankle.
Nope.
But you're going to see that every time when you're wearing a skirt with heels.
Yep.
So a lot of women of a certain generation have these ankle tattoos. They're like, oh God.
Nowadays, if you want to be a rebel, just don't get a tattoo.
Right. Because it seems like everyone's getting one, so you're not going to get one.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, so the data is flowing in. Businesses and buildings across Houston saw a massive upsurge in break-ins right after Hurricane Beryl. From the time the hurricane hit, the Houston Police Department received 410 reports of burglary of a building. That's nearly triple the increase of what it was a year ago at that time, just like during regular times. Now, the majority of these incidents were due to suspects taking advantage of the power outage, no security cameras. So the reports all include buildings broken into. There were no homes broken into. It was just basically buildings, businesses, because they knew they could get in there and there'd be no evidence. Jeez. The Astros on fire, 7 games in a row. Bregman stayed hot. And did you see that Alvarez, during batting practice, he broke the Rays board?
Nope. He said there's no proof. There's no video of that. Proof? He's like, I'm not paying for that. There's no video proof. I didn't do that.
Said he was doing batting practice, before the game, and he crushed a ball into right field. It went past the 370-foot mark. It hit Tropicana Field's right field video board. And they say the board is glitchy because he hit the board.
We won 3-2. Our record now is 64-55.
So far, that trade's looking good. We all griped about that trade, but that pitcher, you say, what's the name? Last name? Kikuchi or
You
I don't know.
what you want to.
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi, yeah.
You say Kikuchi. They say, is he an ace on the rise?
And they play that song every time.
Kikuchi.
Yeah.
I sent
Lisa
you guys an
Loeb was
article.
happy about it, yeah.
I sent you the article. Remember she said...
okay, so I was listening. She does a satellite radio show, Lisa Loeb, who sings the song Stay. She does like a 90s, it's never Where Are They Now? She calls it Where Now They Are, or something like that, like something backwards. And she talks about 90s artists.
Yes.
And Lisa Loeb got broken here on KRBE back when you still could do that to an artist. Like you could say, oh, I sing. And here at the radio station, say, we'll play your song. And you become a superstar. And she talked about being in Houston. She did not say KRBE, but she remembers coming here in a white limo. And it was very exciting. And the radio station, KRBE, had set up a promotion with a woman named Norma. That Lisa Loeb went to Norma's house to perform. And like the green room was like in her kitchen or something. So Norma or Norma's kids, do you still listen to KRBE? Do you still live here? Lisa Loeb was in your house.
Yeah. Maybe your grandma did
singing
that.
Stay.
And they did an acoustic
Who's
version.
Norma?
They did an acoustic version of that song. It was released on a CD single. It was recorded right here in this
That's
room.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because she still loves Cubby because on Twitter she
Yeah.
reach out Cubby. She always gives him
Paul Clay
credit.
Bryant was the nighttime DJ, but he was also the music director, and that's who controlled how you got on the radio in the 90s.
That's pretty cool.
The MD, the music director. All right, so yes, Norma or Norma's family, who has a story about Lisa Loeb in your house. Hey, I'm looking for pictures. 37530. Reach out. I want to hear the whole story. She talked about you on satellite radio. Okay. Special case got a prank call coming up next. Is it a telemarketer turnaround, a robocall? What are we going to get?
Straightforward prank call, and Ahmad is stepping in to help me on this one. And yes.
You pranked him?
No. He is going to try his best at a Caribbean accent for this cruise.
Thank you for saying trying my best.
Assisting
Can you
with.
give us a quick sample? Give us have a second.
Wagwan tree.
Is it
What's
iguana?
Guan? What's that?
You don't know wagwan?
I thought you said
No.
iguana.
That's like what's up in Jamaica.
I've never been to the. I mean, have I been to the Caribbean? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure where.
Let's talk about how it's the prank call coming up next with myself and you. And
Do it in your accent.
Yeah.
Mia do a accent.
Are you-
You okay there?
Are you right?
You having a,
I don't know. I don't know how to
try
do
and
it.
wow us next with the best Caribbean accents he's got.
I hope the prank's better than that.
No, it's like.
We'll hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.